Hello everyone and welcome to another video. Now I started this YouTube channel to help and advise you guys when it came to PC gaming. A few years ago I would have been happy sitting there on my sofa with a console in front of me because before I learned what I know now I was under the common misconception that PC gaming wasn't feasible due to a number of factors that some still assume to be true, especially if you're new to the world of computers. So today we're going to be doing something a little bit different and talking about a few of these myths and explaining why they're not true, hopefully persuading any of you out there who have reservations about PC gaming to try it out. So the first myth is that it's expensive. Whilst the PC spectrum varies and some higher end stuff could set you back hundreds or even thousands of pounds or dollars, I think we've done a fairly decent job disproving that here on this channel. There are also plenty of other budget build guides out there, and as a big advocate of the used market, it can be very easy to save yourself a decent sum of money if you buy second-hand or refurbished components. I've always said that it's important to manage your expectations, but it is entirely possible to build a PC capable of 1080p gaming for the same price as a console, and one that can outperform them too. There will always be room for upgrade as well, so anything you can't afford now can be added later. Don't forget that a PC is also capable of so much more outside of gaming, and furthermore, thanks to sites like Steam, you'll always likely be paying less for games, especially when it comes to those crazy sales. Physical copies seem to be cheaper for PC in stores most of the time too. So maybe I've persuaded you with the money side of things, but you may be, like I was at first, intimidated at the idea of building a computer. This may tempt you to buy a pre-built or store system, but I would have to advise against that as you'll be paying a premium. Honestly, when I bit the bullet and ordered all of my PC components, I jumped straight on YouTube and found so many simplified guides that helped me through it. We actually made a guide a few videos back where we built a budget Core i7 system. You'll be amazed to find after watching a few videos just how simple it can be. Just be sure to pay closer attention to where those cables and wires plug in. Regarding the aforementioned pre-built side of things, you could actually consider this if you were buying a used setup that had a pretty decent spec and only needed a small graphics card upgrade or something like that. Sites like PC Part Picker will also tell you if your components are compatible, which will be of great help before you order anything. The next point somewhat reflects the first, and that is that you don't need a high-end processor or graphics card, even if you have a smaller budget. Let's say $250 or pounds, then you may think spending the bulk of that on a CPU or GPU is a good idea, but that can lead to a severe imbalance in the system, with one component limiting the other. It may be a good idea to search for benchmarks that feature the graphics card and processor that you want to use to see how well they perform before you buy them. Again, YouTube is an excellent place for this. It's also worth addressing the keyboard and mouse situation. When people say you have to use them for PC games, they just mean figuratively, suggesting that that's the right way to play. Now I agree that you can be far more accurate in games with a mouse, but if you're switching from console then you can still use your controller either with a wired USB or Bluetooth connection. I myself use a PS4 controller in some games with a tool called Input Mapper, so you don't have to abandon that comfort if it's something you're used to. But you don't need an expensive keyboard and mouse either. Right now I'm using my £20 Microsoft wireless peripherals. Finally, a few honourable mentions are that you don't need to overdo it with a power supply. The website PC Part Picker I mentioned will also calculate the wattage that your system needs, and so you can buy a PSU based on their recommendation. At the time of this video, 8GB of RAM is also the sweet spot, just to put that out there. You could get 16 if you wanted, but I've never run into any problems with 8, and you could save some cash there too. So guys, thank you for watching. A bit different I know, but recently I've had a lot of questions regarding new system builds, and I hope this helps you out nonetheless. As always, thank you for watching. Like or dislike the video, leave a comment down below, subscribe to the channel, and hopefully I'll see you in the next one, where we'll be putting a brand new budget build to the test.